Hey everybody, I want to talk about the importance of the improve phase and what it is I'm looking for from you when you get to that section. So I thought I would show a creative way to do the presentation when you get toward the end. Basically, there's two storyboards. One that you're making as you do your project that tells your story, and then there's also this technique for presenting. So I am going to enter in here, Lee's body fat percent is too high. So this is going to be my project, and of course we know that we need a business case. So business case. All right, and that's where I would say something like research shows that waist size above 36 inches in men directly correlates to heart disease. Right? And misspells are okay whenever you do projects with Lee because I'm trying to think and write at the same time. So, all right, so I've got my business case, all right, and now I need the infamous problem and goal statement. So problem and goal. And of course this presumes that I've already gone out and done the measure phase and collected the data. So here we go. Lee's current body fat percent is, I'm just going to say it's 28%. Reduce to 19% by X date. And again, I could use my 70% rule that I showed you. In this case, I've just had a long-term goal for myself over the years of being under 20%. That would almost be discrete data. Again, these things come from the customers often where you just say, hey, Lee, if you're holding the body fat machine in your hand, what number upsets you? And for me, it's anything over 20%. So then we've got operational definition, right? And we're going to insert a text box, and I'm not going to write it out here, but body fat is and as measured by, right? With emphasis on no matter who collects the data, the results would be the same. Now, this is what I'm looking for in the improve phase, and it's a technique I use with my MBA students in the sense that basically what I just did is remind the customer of what the project was, but now I'm done with the project and I'm reporting out. So basically what I want to start to see from you, or this is a technique, is X1. What is the X? Lee drinks too much wine, which causes body fat to go up. All right, now, because what people like to do is they like to go straight to the solution. They like to come into this slide and say, way down here, don't drink wine. Well, that's a very obvious solution, but I don't know what it fixes. So what I want to hear is, and you could also come in and say the solution is Lee should not drink wine, but what is the X that fixes? That is often the missing link in presentations, but more importantly, how did you find this X? Like, just because you say it doesn't mean I believe you, and that's where you could refer people, here is how I found it, right? So you could refer to then some of the slides that you've done and some of the work that you've done during the project. See slide 17 in the appendix where I show that as wine glasses per day go up, body fat percent goes up. You could also, you could insert the regression equation, or you could, this is, in this case, the scatter plot would show that, as wine glasses go up, body fat goes up. So here's how I found it. And then what I want to hear is here is how to fix it, right? So the preferred is to not drink wine at all. Okay, if not possible, limit to 2 glasses, as we found in the study that we tended not to eat high sugar. You say, now, well, wait a second, you kind of lost me there because you didn't mention that up here. Shows us wine glasses per day go up, body fat percent goes up, but now you're talking here, oh, okay, well, let me just go back and update this. Wine wasn't the causal factor alone. What happened, oh my God, sorry guys, but typing and talking or thinking is not my forte. And I'm telling you, I've studied myself long enough, this is the case. After a couple glasses of wine, I just get this incredible craving for sugary foods. So it's one thing to say it, but then also, I'm just going to add to this, action plan. It's one thing to say don't drink wine, but the real solution is how do you do that? So, one, don't stay in hotels that offer free wine in the evening, right? Two, look to date people that don't drink socially. That one might be tough. Three, what else could I do? I'm trying to think of real life scenarios here. So don't stay in hotels that offer free wine. That's one that gets me sometimes. I love to stay there because it's fun. You get to hang out in the lobby and meet people. But then, I just have no willpower. I can tell myself not to drink 2 glasses. It's not going to happen. So avoid these hotels. Look to go out with people that don't drink socially. Do not, and this is one I've been good at, do not bring wine into the house. Go out if craving. What I've found is if I go out and have a glass of wine, it's usually like $9, and I'm kind of thrifty, so it costs more than the bottle of wine, so I won't have more than 2 just because I don't like spending that much on alcohol. So this is what I'm kind of looking for from you guys in the improve phase is you've told me what the problem is, and you can come right in and tell me how to fix it. But what the number one reason I send a storyboard back to people is I don't see how you've identified the X. So here we've shown it, and then you can show me how the solution fixes the X. All right. It's sort of like, implement salesforce.com. Here it is, implement salesforce.com. Well, what on earth is that fixing? And I've worked my way back. I've done enough of those projects to know that basically the client thinks sales will go up if they implement salesforce.com, and this is the missing piece. I haven't had a client yet that can show me the statistical analysis that they've done prior to buying the software that proves that would happen. And it's one of the top projects I'm working on right now for clients that have it, is that X% of salespeople have not even put any data in the software at all. So we have a tendency to jump to solutions. When you get to the improve phase, I want to hear clearly what X does your solution fix. Looking forward to seeing your work.